Right then. We have finally, thanks to Susie, close this. There we go. I think I'm live. Sorted for a live. 1 second. Not for a live. Sorry. Not thinking right. For a light. So you'll notice, it should notice, it's a bit more well lit. And so will the make be today, which is really great. Hopefully today there may be a few newcomers because we did the show yesterday on TV and there were quite a lot. Well, it was a really great show and I kind of hammered home that we do a live every Wednesday. Oh, this light is quite bright actually. I love how maneuverable it is. Perfect. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is there anybody new? So Julie, yes, we will be at the NEC. Oh, actually, Susie, is that the one where we decided to do it in Glasgow so that we could get a bit further spread? Let's have a look. We have Julie Nicholas, Jane Luby. Hi, Jane. Happy Wednesday to you too. Hello from Chicagoland at Mama X. Hi, Susan. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Carol. Sue Whelan. Yes, so Paula. I love that. I loved Hobby Maker because I get to see Pete and Nigel. It was like the perfect lineup to me. I really, really loved it. Let me just keep going with these comments. Jean Lindley. Hi, Jean. Hi, Valerie Martin. And hi, Tracy. I've just come from Tracy's. Tracy was privy to some top secret information, but she won't tell anybody, and I'm not telling anybody now. So you can all stop asking. I'm a very good boy these days. I don't even know what you're talking about anyway. Yeah, so Glasgow in March, but we haven't had it confirmed yet. And hi, Kathy. Right, so I've got an idea for an illustration in mind today. So what I thought I would do is yesterday, all the stamps that were on the show, I would do an illustration that is based around all of the sets that were on the show. And that way it's like, and anybody new will be able to see this. And then, you know, if they've bought those bundles, then they'll have everything they need to do this particular illustration. It's going to involve painting using light techniques and stuff, so it'll be a really interesting one. We'll talk about colours and why I'm choosing colours and things like that. It will be a nocturne. And for anyone who's unfamiliar, a nocturne is a nighttime painting, basically. No, not so top secret. Don't pretend like I don't see what you're doing. Well, actually, yeah. So there's something really exciting going on. I'm not talking about it too much, but I'm just very, very excited by it. I'm really like, oh, in fact, stop pressing me. Didn't see that. Okay, so let's start the illustration because Susie is incredibly tired because she was amazing yesterday and booked me a hotel. So basically, I had a really rough night because Maisie was up the night before Hobby Maker, and I knew I got 2 shows. I'm driving all the way to Hobby Maker, which is a 2-hour drive, and I just knew Maisie. It's not her fault, bless her. but she was up in the night, and then I didn't get very much sleep. So if you noticed me having a slight lack of energy on TV yesterday, that will be why. Because I was just absolutely knackered, for want of a better word. And I actually wanted a better word then, but I was just knackered. And then Susie, she didn't even ask. Well, she said, "You know, are you going to get a hotel?" But I had decided, no, right, I'm going to try and drive home, because I don't like having to leave Susie to have the girls all night in case they're really difficult. But Susie booked me a hotel anyway, and so I only had to drive 21 minutes from the TV studio, and then I was back, and it was glorious. I don't want to tell you how glorious it was having a full night's sleep, because I don't want to rub it in Susie's face. But it was a hotel, so I didn't sleep. You know, you always sleep a bit worse. I didn't get to bed till about 1 or something, but it was a glorious, undisturbed night's sleep. And then Susie had the girls on her own, so she is quite tired. So I'm going a very, very long way around explaining why we don't have too much time. I'm going to keep it to an hour at max, but we might be able to get it done in under. Not that I want to rush it, because I absolutely love these lives. Let's make a start, shall we? Because I've got this really cool illustration that I've got planned in my little noggin. And I will take the time to look at comments. I'll do that in a little bit. So let's move this over this way. Let's get my pad. And then I'll move the light down. Look at this. We've got light. Finally. You can still see the bottom of this, can't we? Do you know what I'm going to do? No. Oh, I know what I should have done. This is what happens if I go like this, right? If I go like this, orientation is locked, I'm afraid. I should have done it the other way, because... Is that right now? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, I just saw Susie's comment. Let me just get this sorted. The camera's on this side. Right, so this is going to be in it, I'm afraid. But I didn't introduce 2 new members of the family, whose names are Jessie and Percy. Let me have a look. There they are. So they're a bit shy. In fact, let me do it this way. Okay. Hello, you. Look at this guy. A big old cat. Hello. Hello. Susie and I rescued 2 new cats. And this is Percy. They're both 5 years old. One's a little bit older, because the other cat, Jessie, is Percy's mum. If she comes out later, I'll introduce you. So, but there we go. Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry, Percy and Jessie, that I didn't introduce you sooner. Oops. Okay, right, now time to do some serious illustrating. This area here, that's perfect. Right, okay, so this is the illustration now. The first thing I'm going to do is stamp. We're going to use the Can't Stand Still ladies set. Let's do that. So it's this one here. Let me get my stuff. Let's build a lady. I'm going to have her wearing trousers, and not as opposed to wearing nothing. I mean, not wearing a skirt, or there's a skirt, a short skirt, or trousers like this. Like this. Now, I'm going to do an umbrella. Let's do the top half
where's the top half? Here's the top half, right. So what I'm going to do is I might not include the head. Do you know what? Yeah, right, I'll do this. I'm going to adapt it right now. Oh, missed the stamp bit in the arm. Not to worry. Let me find my pen. 1 second. It's here. Got it. I've done her leaning back a bit too much there. Do you know what? Sorry, I'm starting again because I need to get it perfect. I will be one sec. And you know what? I'm actually going to change my mind and do a little bit of masking to give her a proper coat. So let's do this. Where are we? Oh, here. That's about, I might have to move the page up a little bit, but let's. There we go. Right, so now we're off. Sorry about that. I'm going to do the top half, but I'm also going to mask an area. Actually, no, that works perfectly because I was going to mask the other hand. Not the hand, you'll see. I'm not very good at explaining myself today. I apologise, and that is because even though I had a full night's sleep, I think I'm still tired from the night before. But what I'm doing here is watch this, okay? Pull this off without ripping the paper. And now I can give her a long coat with a cuff, like this, and a sort of raincoat. And we'll do this. There we go. Is that in the shot? Yes. Okay, now I can add my umbrella, which is going to be here. I'm putting the umbrella first because then if I stamp the head in, it might go, she might have the umbrella partially over her head. So what I'll do is I'll stamp the umbrella there. And then I'll mask again, just the bottom of that. And then I can stamp the head in. Now, the head that I'm going to use is not from this set. It is from the Storybook Gals set. So let's do that one. No, not that one. I want it to be facing the other way. So do this. Like this. Okay, you'll see what I'm doing. Now that it's perfect this because these sets work seamlessly with one another. So if you have Storybook Gals or Storybook Guys and you wanted to use them with the original custom portrait sets, then you can. Because the heads work perfectly. I'm going to make the hair a bit longer there. And one thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add her hand, and that's going to be holding the umbrella. Like that. And we'll make it the thing go like this. Because that's what an umbrella looks like. Okay. Feet. from the Can't Stand Still Ladies set. Let's give her boots. Oh, the boots are going the other way. Give her Converse then. If in doubt, give them Converse. There we go. So, then we've got someone who is walking with it. Let's move it up a little bit and we'll see what's going on here. Okay, because my idea, it's quite interesting, I think. So far I've used 2 sets. I've used Can't Stand Still Ladies, and I've used... Oh, Susie's come to see the kittens.
Yeah, that wasn't for you.
I
I wanted to know if you could see what everyone else can see, but you can't.
No, but I check like this. Like I always put my head down to just check if I can
I was
see
thinking
that.
when you picking your stamp, show the set.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Because you were
idea.
saying, oh, let's pick boots, but then if you show what else is on there.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Maybe I should move. But the problem is, I don't want to ink up this, and these sets are quite
what if I put
inky.
the laptop and then you can maybe see yourself?
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to. It's going to be rainy because.
Sure, it's always in the shot.
So I'm going to add a puddle. Do a puddle here.
Hello, Percy.
And then, oh, I'm also going to have a couple walking away in the distance.
Just come to see me.
Aww.
Hello, Papa.
So there'll be a couple in the distance, so they will be over here. Now I'm using Rainy Days. So that's 3 sets that were on yesterday's show that we've used so far.
Is he in the way if I put it there?
No, that works. Oh, that's good, yeah. I can see the monitor.
You see comments then as well as they come
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I can see all the comments. I like this. I don't know why I haven't done that before.
Oh, I've got to go and look after my children.
Yeah, it's boring looking after children, but it's nice looking after cats.
She loves me. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now this is what I'm going to do. It's going to be a nighttime thing.
Escaping.
Oh, are they? Oh. So the path, they're on a path that's going, it's going to go like this. Go off to this side and then she's going to be on the same path, maybe through the park or something, as these people, but they are taking it a different way. And we'll pretend that it comes round here as well. So this part is all about like perspective and like this. And then there are trees and things that I can put in there. But, so this is my idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in a street lamp up here. Like this. Yep, and we can see that. So, I might use a ruler for this next bit. It's so much better with the light. So, thank you to Susie. I feel like what happens is that I'll just like suggest something, but I never actually do it. And Susie's the one who actually puts it into action. Right, so street light like this, and then they tend to have a little. This is probably where all of the mechanics and stuff are. Not mechanics, but electrical elements. Street light there. We will do a background in a bit. Pretend that goes this way. So they're off over there. a little horizon line here. And I've got stamps for the trees. Let's stamp some trees. This tree here. Do I need to do any masking yet? No, this one here. The tree over there. And then I won't repeat that tree. But what I will do is I'm going to put, because it's going to be raining in this scene, I'm going to add in some little ripples in the water here like this. Actually, I'm going to mask a bit of the puddle. I'll mask it here. Is that going to work? No, I need to do a bit more masking. Basically, I'm going to mask this puddle off. I'll draw in any bits that I need to then. And just do a few little ripples in the puddle there. That's what that element is for in the Rainy Days set. The Rainy Days is probably one of the sets that I'm most proud of. And that's because it's got, there's so much sort of teachability in the set. I just love it. And you know what? Even further in the distance, there's going to be another person walking off just on their own in that same way. Over this way. Oh, look at that. Look at how well that's worked. I just love it. And then what I'll do is, because that person's is over there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another puddle over here. And then I can take the opposite element from this person, and if I mask the bottom of this puddle, then, and the top of the puddle, because this is how I do reflections, I'll put the other part there at the top of the puddle, because I can see where the base of the feet start. I'm going to take the opposite element that comes in the Rainy Days set, because Rainy Days is all about reflection. And then I start there, but that's going to go there, so I'm going to mask it a little bit more. And remember, we don't have to get it perfect because it's meant to look hand-drawn. But look at this. So if I put if I start at the feet there, I'll go like that. And now in that puddle, there is a little reflection. And that adds, in my opinion, that adds maturity to that part of the picture there. I find it impressive when people are doing reflections, and just something as subtle as that little reflection there is incredible. So I don't have the opposite for this one, but what I will do is I will just draw a vague, because there's not much in there to do it, but that would be the reflection of this lady. And what I could do, I could have a plant there or something, like maybe there's a rock here, and that might be reflected in the puddle there, and that just kind of, adds a little bit more to it. Now, let's fill out the rest of this composition. Let's take a rock that I can stamp from the Rainy Days set, like this. Put that little rock there. Are there any more rocks? I think there are more rocks in the Rainy Days set, but I can't find them. I mean, that rock has got the counterpart one. Oh, there are more rocks here. I like this one because it's rocks and grass, and they can be hard to draw. So I'll put them here on the path. Starting to come together. Oh, I just dropped it. No, I'll be able to find it. Oh God, that's fully disappeared, that little rock, but we'll find it in a sec. Don't you worry. Right, let me have a quick look at the comments, but I don't need to angle it up now to look at the comments because Susie is a superhero. She has enabled me. Let's have a look. So where's the comments? I love this part because the comments just, I mean, this sounds big-headed, but what I love is when I'm just doing the illustration and chatting about it, the comments seem to stop. And what I hope that is just people, you know, enjoying it and listening. And I love that because I do the same thing when I'm watching YouTube videos. So I can see that Tara Duriston Powell said, hello, just joined you. Thank you for my animal set and it arrived safely today. Oh, amazing. I love it. I love hearing that they've arrived there. And we all love new arrivals to our ever-growing little group. Hi, Paula. Don't worry for being late. I will just note it down that you were late and don't let it happen again, okay, Paula? I'm only joking, by the way. You can be. Well, obviously, I'm only. What am I going to do? It's like I'm only joking, Paula. I won't give you a detention. So Sue Whelan says I'm taking notes. I like that, but do remember, Sue, that this will be on YouTube now for forever. On the naughty step again. Okay, right, so we can carry on now. Now, I'm going to scribble in some bushes. Like this. Just to give it a little bit of a background. And they're going off this way and that way. Maybe I will stamp in another tree. It's quite a good opportunity because I don't need to mask it really, because it could be coming out from behind that tree there. So I'll put that tree there. And the composition is just getting filled out now. I really like it. And then I've actually, so the style of painting that I did, painting, God, my brain isn't working. The style of these trees, we actually have the stamp for it in this set, so I can just vaguely do a nice light stamp and then it just adds to it. So there we go. That's pretty much the composition. I don't know why, but I would need there to be a big rock just here, like that. And then maybe another one there. Okay, just to fill it out. Right, now we're going to paint. Okay, I like the composition so far. It's come together quite quickly, quite nicely, and it's just a it's lovely, isn't it? Oh, God, blowing my own trumpet. I mean, it's come together nicely. I don't mean. Oh, shut up, Josh. Here's what I'm going to do. Right, so this street. So this is going to be like a dark scene, quite a dark scene. So what I'm going to do first of all, now this is very experimental. Let me move my stamp sets to one side. Now, what I'm going to do is mark out, in fact, this would be the perfect opportunity for a bit of masking tape. I'm excited about this. I don't know if you can tell. 2 big bits of masking tape. I'm going to de-stickify them on my trousers first, so I don't rip the page. From this light, I'm going to have the beams shining outwards like this. Like that. And then I wasted a bit too much of that then. Wow. Like this. So it's a bit of a widespread beam. It's going to be a kind of intensified beam that is coming from this lamppost. So let's, as I say, very experimental. If this doesn't work, it's all your fault, not my fault. And just let's get that straight before we continue. If I mess this up, it's Paula Morgan Brown's fault for being late, actually. So thanks a lot, Paula, for ruining everything. Here we go. So, first thing I'm going to do is just paint a nice yellow beam over this part. I'm going to go back in and add bits to it later, but get a bit less intense as it goes that way. Right, so I'm going to leave that. I might even do a little bit of dabbing. Oh, there's a bit of tissue. Hello, Percy boy. So let's do a little bit of dabbing. Just to dry it off before we take that off. How am I going to do this? What I think I'll do, I'll wait for that to dry properly. Looking great so far. I'm going to save these because I'll use them again in a second. What I'll do then is when this is dry, when the yellow is dry here, I'll mask off the rest of it. I mean the inside, and I'll paint the outside there. I've made Paula a somewhat of a Jesus character now. It's like, thank you, Paula, for what is it? Where is it? Thanks, Paula, for taking one for the team. Let's have a look. Oh, I love the comments. Thank you so much, everyone. They are like genuinely. I absolutely love doing these lives. Right. Well, let's start with. Now, do you know what I'm actually going to do? Or am I? I've got some ink that I might paint the sky with. I'm going to go for it because I haven't got enough black paint. But I actually have some drawing ink. I'm going to use an old brush for this. Wait, that is, yeah, okay. Right, so here we go. Let's do it. Shall I wait until that's dry so that I can mask on the inside? Let's do that. Let's mask on the inside now of where that was. I'm not pushing it down too much because... Oh, hold on. Tear this bit away. Little tear away. I'll just be careful on that top bit. And then I'll put this bit in here. Yeah, so I'll be careful near the top. Ooh. Let's mask that bit. Okay, and I'll just be careful around here. Ink is incredibly dark. It's quite unforgiving, but it paints really well. You know, you can use it. It's not stamping ink. This is Indian ink. So you have to be quite careful. Don't get it on your clothes. But I want a really dark sky. So that's why I'm just experimenting with this ink here. Now I might dab some little bits away there. Oh, it works so well. I have to keep reminding myself not to mix it with water though. Now I can see that it's gone in underneath the thing. That's fine. We'll work with it. Doesn't mean it's ruined. Let's get all in between here. Let's dab some away. It sort of goes a long way as well, the ink, which is nice. You don't have to like reload that much. Oh, that was satisfying. Let's get it in here, fill in this. Dab some away. And what's happening now is the sky is sort of turning like a nighttime cloudy sky. It's interesting. I mean, I mean, not to blow my own trumpet, but it's, for me, it's interesting to do because I genuinely don't know what the outcome is going to be of this, but I've got an idea in my head, and when you've got an idea in your head, you've got to give it a try. As long as it's, well, just don't quote me on that, because I'll see on Crime Watch, and you'll be like, well, Josh said I had an idea to rob a bank, and Josh said that if I've got an idea, then I need to try it. So, right, I'll do for there. Sky. Okay, there's my sky. Cloudy, dark sky. I actually have a separate water here. Now, this is a very old brush. I don't want to waste this brush, though, because I do love it. It's like my original, look how battered it is. My original brush from weddings. But I'll go back to my lovely, perfect brush that we sell. The black brush. Put my ink back over there. Right, now let's have a quick go at just getting the rest painted. I wonder what that's like underneath there. Don't worry if it's gone wrong. It's fine. But let's get the rest of the painting done like we would if it was just a normal painting, except a little bit more intense because it's nighttime. So we can, we can just use all these colours. Don't be shy. We're putting down the colours. I'm going to mix a little bit of red in with this now. I'm a Maverick. I just love it. I love a bit of like an orangey kind of touch. And then if it gets a bit too intense, like there, I can dab a bit away. Because it's interesting, like I'm thinking, oh, what do we do with the shadows here? Because the whole painting is like a shadow, really, isn't it? But we'll just find out where it goes as it goes there. I'm thinking a bit about the light sources and think, oh, well, I'm not doing it like as if, because normally I do my light source as the sun and it's always in the top right. So I'm not doing that today, so I'm out of my depth. But it is good to be out of your depth now and again. Otherwise, you'd just be in your depth. Let's go darker. Let's go down. I'm just imagining now if I was like, I wasn't speaking about the colours. I was like, let's get really dark now. And shall I draw like, I don't know, draw someone being like beaten up or something. Just add a few darker colours in. And the colours sort of, because I'm trying to mix them darker, they're getting richer, which is nice. I don't mean they're earning up more money. God, when did I turn into a dad? Doing dad jokes. Does anyone want to hear my favourite dad joke? I really, really like it. And it's not offensive. Because it's a dad joke. I'll wait to see if anyone actually wants to hear it, because otherwise I'm just forcing my jokes, and I know I'm not a comedian. So that's not what you come here for. Susie said yes, please. And that's, I mean, I'm surprised Susie said yes, please, if I'm honest, because she has to listen to me doing stupid jokes all the time. But my favourite dad joke is, there's a man... No, wait a minute, let me just think about it, because I'm terrible with the delivery of jokes, so... a man at a funeral goes over to the widow and says, "Bargain." And she says, "Thanks, that means a great deal." End of joke. And what did we all think of that? Imagine if everyone was just like, "Oh, go away, Josh." Do one. Really offensive. Stick to painting. Oh, croup. I'm not meant to be putting anything in here. But it's actually quite good because I can give little hints of stuff and keep it all faded. And I can show you now how I go like this. Use the brush a bit like a hoover. Take away some of the paint. It's a nice little method. Okay. And now I'm going to paint the... So the sort of gravelly path here, I imagine it's a gravelly path. I'm literally, you can't see it, I wish you could, but I'm just using everything that's left over in the paint set. And I like it to have a sort of purplish tone when I'm doing stone. I'm not doing any there. What time are we on? According to my watch, we still have 15 minutes. Is that about right? I'm also going to paint in the lamppost, similar colour. Good thing with the ink as well is it doesn't really it's not activated by the water. So it means that you can just go over it with the brush with the water on it. Let's add in some reds into those greens to really kind of darken it. I want people to know when they see it that it's, you know, nighttime. Right, let's take away this. See what's happened. I'll add in the rest of all the bits that are missing. Okay. Looking good so far. It's quite satisfying to watch this, isn't it? It's worked all right. Now I can add in some similar greens here, very light greens to this part here to make sure that it, you know, it doesn't look like I have had tape there. sort of just painting it with water to let the colours spread a bit. And here, a few little low lights in the background here. This part, you know, I can just keep it. The light's just kind of shining on her. I'll dab a little bit away here. Let me just angle it back. Okay, I like that. Now when it's, let me paint the people in, but they're mainly, the people are mainly going to just be one sort of colour. I'm going to keep them a darkish, bluish, because they're just in the background there. I don't want to... That sounded like... I don't normally swear, but that sounded like Lowry went, that.
No one got your joke.
What?
Well, a few people did.
Let me see. Bargain, that means a great deal. Oh, I can see people discussing it, yeah. Because a bargain means a great deal. But yeah. Oh well, I liked it.
Percy! Hello, Percy Poo.
Adding a little bit. So anywhere where the light isn't touching there.
Sorry, Larry's come to crash. Whoa, don't mind it now.
That's a surprise. Larry's going to ruin it. And then...
You can see she's just moved it.
Oh, God, it's alright.
No, not for you.
And I'm going to use browns for the hairs, because whatever colour they are, even if it's blonde or brown or whatever, it's just going to look darker in the distance.
Now you want to say hi? Can you say hi to everyone?
You say hi, Lowry.
No,
Say hi.
No.
No.
No. Can you say hi on here? Look.
Add a little bit of blue to this puddle.
Say hi.
And
Oh, hello, Miss
I just want
where she steps out of the light there.
to say that Larry's toothpaste is too minty.
Mo.
Ah, did you try Lowry's toothpaste?
Okay.
Yeah, and we really didn't like it.
All right.
Oh, baby.
Okay, some of the toothpaste. See if then you can squeeze the last bit out. Oh, that's
Yeah,
a bit
I
loud.
might be able
Okay,
to.
Come on, let's go. We don't want to upset him. Maze, will you come out, please?
Because he likes me.
He does like you.
Maisie loves the new
He got a bit
cats.
scared of Lowry's noise, so let's go out.
He likes me.
So, do I need to do anything with this? I think I need to put in just a little bit here. I like, genuinely, this has worked a lot better than I thought it was going to. So let's have a quick look at the comments. Now, I'm going to add some shadow in so underneath where the light is here, there would be shadow underneath here. And here. There'd definitely be shadow underneath the woman there. And even under here, because under the umbrella, there'll be shadow. See, stuff like that, doing shadow there is nerve-wracking. Because if you've done a painting that you really like, and you think, I'm going to paint blue and black over someone's face, and it is something that's like, oh, it could ruin it so easily. But it has worked. Yeah. I love that. Oh, on the neck. And on the shoulders as well. That looks good. I'm quite impressed with how this has gone, especially considering I had made it up just a few moments before this live. Let me paint these tree trunks in. Now, Do I? Well, I suppose I should. So I have this pattern repeat here. That is, it's raindrops. Now I would love it because they got umbrellas. I'm going to get the rain in there, but what I'm going to do first, I'll get a bit of card. I'm going to use this card here to mask around because I don't want the rain to go over the paint here. In here, don't know whether I want raindrops to be seen because the raindrops would be lit up, wouldn't they? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask roughly, just roughly masking here. Just because, I mean, you won't be able to see the raindrops that much. They're not going to be a really prominent feature. They're going to be quite dimmed. So I'll just I'll mask that area there. Let's bring this down a little bit. And then let's try it. Now, right, I'm going to apply from above now with this. So if it's a wider stamp like this, you take the stamping block to the stamp pad, but also it gives you the opportunity not to apply it too much. Like I might even stamp some of it off. Let's do this. Right. I've done it at a slight angle. That's working so far. It's a pattern repeat, so it means that I can, as long as I get roughly the same angle, then I can keep repeating it and cover the whole page in a lovely rainstorm. And I'm not going too heavy with it either. I don't want to, I mean, the lines are quite thin in this little stamp set anyway. But it just gives the impression of a nice rainy night. The sort of rainy night where you just really want to get home. Put a bit more in there. A bit more down there. Okay. Let's have a look. I'll take this away. Oh, I did a little splodge at the top, that's fine. Whatever. It's all part and parcel with me. There's gonna be splodges. I might get that on a t-shirt. It just says there will be splodges. But all in all, I'm very happy with how this has turned out. Let me put my thing back on my Rainy Days stamp set. All my stamps are back. It's all away. Do you know what? I've even been tidy today. I'm very happy with myself. Now let's light this up properly. I'll move it this way. See right in the middle. Let's see if that works. Let me just lift it a little bit higher. Trying to get the full picture in there so you can see it. I've turned it the wrong way. Should be like that. There we go. I won't mess with it anymore. I'm quite happy with that. What do we think? Just needs a little signature. The signature and this, because there's a lot going on here, I'd probably be here. So that would go like that. And then I wouldn't add anything else. It's all done. So what did we do? Well, we started off with, using perspective to go, well, this person's in the foreground, there's people in the background, and the further away they are, the smaller they are, obviously. That's perspective. And then I used what I knew was going on to add in the background. So a tree here, a tree there. We painted this with ink, Indian ink, rather than paints. We could have done it with watercolour paint. The ink just added a bit of darkness to it, which I think we really needed, because watercolour paint, even, you know, sort of lamp black, really dark watercolour paint, it's not going to be as dark as ink, really. So we used the ink, and I dabbed some of it away to make it look like it's a nighttime cloudy sky. Everywhere's still lit up in the painting. You know, if I had done the sky blue, these colours still would have worked with, you know, a daytime thing. But because we've done things like had this light beam coming down, I don't know, it's like a dark, stormy night, isn't it? There's more shadows that I could add in, perhaps. My favourite things about this are the subtle things. So that little leg in there in the reflection, that tiny reflection there, that is one of my favourite things in this whole thing, because it's just, it's a tiny detail that you wouldn't think of otherwise, if you know what I mean. So, you know, it's yeah, I'm very happy with that. Right, let's angle me back up this way. There we go. You see what I mean by the little splodge now? There's a little splodge at the top there, but let it adjust a little bit. There we go. You can see it better there. There we go. I quite like that. That's the light beam thing just worked out. We could add more light beams in at different parts of the painting. We could play about with shadows, colours, and the great thing is that at night time, the colours that you use, if you want, can be completely different, because everything's lit up by like artificial light. So you can really use some of those greeny blues for shadow and stuff like that. Let me have a quick look at the comments. So, who here? We got 2 minutes. So who here is it their first live? I want to see. Thanks, Josh and Susie, for a brilliant live. I've learned so much. Everyone stay safe, warm and well. Thank you very much, Susan. Just trying to find out, was there anything that I needed to say? There's nothing that I'm allowed to say. Hello, Trudy. Trudy says first full live. So everybody, welcome, Trudy. And if you get a chance, go over to the Beyond Stamping Facebook page. Just type in Beyond Stamping on Facebook. You'll be welcomed in. Loads of inspiration on there. Susie says, when you look down at the camera at the end to see the painting, you look at it with so much love. I'll have to watch it back and see, but it wasn't the painting, there was a cat there, so that's fine. So yeah, welcome, Trudy. And there was another person who's she might have gone now, but it was the first their first live as well. Yeah, I can't think what's happening next Wednesday. Susie has got a list. She put the list up of our events. I know the Doncaster one, I think, was sadly cancelled for everyone. And lots of very exciting things to come. Go and have a look at the little post I did earlier, because that might give you a hint. But I'm not even going to talk about it, so stop asking me. All right, I'll see everyone next week. Thank you so much for watching. It's been absolutely wonderful, and I will see you again. Bye.